EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Just a short time ago, smoke from the pyrotechnics filled the dome as the Colts made their way out of the locker room. We're set for football as the Colts get set to match up with the Kansas City Chiefs. Two teams more than ready to get this one started. And this one is underway here on EA Sports. They'll run it after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. Back to throw. Clinton. Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking to throw to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the 1st down and then some.
And this is caught and in for the Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Chiefs are going to take a first-quarter lead. Extra point by Butker is on target, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Here's Conley. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Tua now on 1st down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Barry. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a give, right side. Baker. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. This defense for the Chiefs, they were terrific last week in the victory over Buffalo.
No matter what coverage was called, they were right in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long. Step for step, running their routes with them. Turned out they were right there every time the ball was in the air, and they came away with 5 interceptions in that one.
Here's McFarland. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
From the 45 on 2nd down. Tua. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. Tyreek Hill back deep for Kansas City. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And the Chiefs are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number one goal? Make the playoffs. Number two, win your division. Number three, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number one seed so you get that first round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
Looking to throw on second down. Clinton. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked up by Julian Blackmon. And the Colts are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
From the 39, Tua. They'll set up the screen to Jefferson. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And it'll be 3rd and 10. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. They'll find Paris Campbell. That's complete. And they stop him up short of the first down as they get him at about the 43. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. They'll try and run for it. Remember, that was 4th and a full 2 yards. There's a big difference between that and 4th and maybe 6 inches or a yard.
Yeah, you're exactly right, because when it's that 6 inches, you just fall forward and you pick it up, right? You just go quarterback sneak. But having to move bodies, that means you actually have to execute because they know what you're going to do. How are you going to make the right play call and get everyone into the right spot and win at the line of scrimmage? That's what they did there.
Now a give, right side. McFarland, and he'll get nothing there. Stopped right at the line as that will wind us down to the end of this first quarter of play. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. Looking for Marshall, but it's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And he'll get this back across the midfield, striping down to the 47-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
It's a big play there for the Chiefs.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's White. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's a 2nd down. From the gun, Clinton looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
They may be snapping the ball near the goal line, but all you're thinking defensively, keep them out of the end zone. Force the incompletion, force them into going for 3, and not giving up 6.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And he's got it. And he is out of bounds here.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out.
Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. To throw on second down. Clinton to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. On third down, Myron. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. A great effort there. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs add on to their lead. Extra point by Butker is on target. And that'll make the score 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game? The scoreboard tells a story for them, a little bit bleak, and while it's not quite desperate yet, it's definitely getting close, but the defense reads the scoreboard as well. They're going to back up and make them really earn it.
This one is incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Tua to throw again. He'll find his man, Terrace Marshall, complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a give, right side. Baker. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Here's Tua. He'll fire this deep for Gallup. And this one incomplete. A 50-50 ball in the end, nearly intercepted. And now it's 3rd down. The Colts on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd down and 12. He finds his man, complete. That's Barrett. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 22-yard line.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here, 2nd down. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column. This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
On 1st down, McFarland. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Now a first carry for their fullback. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. His third rushing touchdown on the year, number 6 overall. And the Colts able to get this back within a touchdown. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offense's sails, because they had it going pretty good last time too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, it doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Looking to throw on second down. Clinton. And this is incomplete. So, CD, you talk about this football team, and some of the whispers and reports, the social media posts, they hint at a locker room that's splintered, badly splintered. There was talk earlier, some guys might walk away entirely, but that hasn't happened, however, at least to this point.
No, and sometimes some of that talk is just that, talk. I mean, guys often say, that's it, I'm out of here, and then they realize, I'm not ready to retire yet. What am I going to do now? And they're really ready to come back and dive back in. In fact, we've got guys who are wearing gold jackets in the Hall of Fame that talked about retirement the last 6-7 years of their careers. So that's not always real. And sometimes you just have to go ahead and ride it out. And this is an opportunity now for everyone in this locker room to move forward.
On 1st and 10, Clinton. That's caught left side to tight end Pitts. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
They'll look to throw again. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. This is caught by Hill for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead. Butker on for the PAT. It's good, and it is now 21-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And with 25 seconds to go, we'll see how they want to play this. Setting to throw on first down is Tua. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. A hole to dig out of here, 2nd and 17. They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Now on 3rd down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs. Off of play action, Tagovailoa. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
36 yards on the punt with no return, and there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. A final shot before break. Clinton. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Chiefs on top as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, Butker now to kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start calling back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done. So
the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Now a give, right side. It's Baker. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he'll get this all the way up to the 42-yard line. I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction. They'll run on first down. McFarland, and very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44. Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play. But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do in that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4, 2nd and 6. Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down. And Tua going to slide to a halt, but he will have the first down. That's something we have not seen him do to this point, and that's take the ball, tuck it, and run. Exactly right. His first carry of the game, I guess he picked a good time to do it. He certainly did. Not only did he have the element of surprise, he's making sure he's judicious in taking off. On first down, McFarland, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. McFarland once more, and he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28. Nice job there on the tackle, keep him to the short gain, and of course he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort. And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular, not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics. This will be taken in by Michael Pittman. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down. Blankenship's kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They've got to right the ship. They had a great first half, but the lead has really gone down. Now, you always talk about the adjustment to the adjustment. They've got to adjust right here.
And I think a lot of it is just mentally. Get back to doing what you were doing well in the beginning of the game, but a lot of that is playing with that emotion and that sense of pride and fire that sometimes goes away a little bit when you build up a lead. You think you've got it going, and you also think, at any moment, I can go ahead and go back to the way it was before. You and I both know it's not that easy once you get off the gas a little.
Yeah, they don't want to see this lead diminish anymore.
We get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off. That is one heck of a catch right there. Got his eye on it the whole way and able to make the grab one-handed. Very nicely done, and for a nice chunk of yardage, too.
Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Third quarter here in Indy. This is 2nd and 10. Back to throw again. That's into the hands of Pitts, the tight end. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 20-yard line.
And I feel a little bit like a traitor as a former defender because that big man did not want to go down and refused to go down. If you're a defender and you'll get the right angle on a big tight end like him, he can run right through you like you're not even there.
Touchdown! Allen Robinson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
This taken in at the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder. Puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Tua, slant pass hauled in by Campbell. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target. Similar to a shooter in basketball who just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Tua looking for Campbell downfield. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And the Chiefs are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. Well, his arm strength never an issue, but this one winds up in the wrong hands.
Oh, the coverage here is just terrific because when it's done really well, sometimes you can't distinguish whether it's the receiver or the defensive back the ball's intended for. He actually ran with him in perfect motion and able to make a big-time play. Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
Now a deep ball going to be caught here near midfield. 20! And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Chiefs are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Butker is on target, and they open the lead up now to 25. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Meanwhile, Tua's throw pulled in by Marshall. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. 2nd and 7. Tua going to throw. Campbell making the catch and taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. And that last throw is going to keep him climbing that all-time passing yards leaderboard as he crosses the 25,000-yard mark now for his career.
He just recently passed Bart Starr. Next up for him, Bob Greasy. That's 2 Hall of Famers, 2 Super Bowl winners, multiple Super Bowl winners. So he's getting up with the legends now. Congratulations.
I want to go back to something you said in the first quarter.
Is it a positive?
It is a positive.
Okay.
About winning the turnover battle as a visiting team, as an underdog. You were right. They've done just that, and look where it's gotten them.
It's part of the formula. When you go on the road, as you mentioned, being an underdog, winning the turnover battle is a big key, and this one's playing out in this one.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Now Tua. Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked off by Juan Thornhill. And the Chiefs are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. Keep in mind, he had the 3-interception game last week, so we requested to talk with him this week. He was all smiles. He's still all smile.
Yeah, we didn't jinx him at all, did we?
No.
Because ordinarily that happens. Things fall off, but not in this case. I think a lot of it goes back to his technique. His ability to see the quarterback throw the ball while understanding where the receiver is running his route allows him to make a lot of plays on the football, and he's taking it away at a really high rate.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
They'll keep it on the ground. Myrick. And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Off the play fake. Clinton. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Bobby Okereke coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 15. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
The Colts on 3rd down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 10. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And the Chiefs are going to get him. And the defense coming through on 3rd down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4th. They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
Tua now on 1st down. Tua hit, and the ball is out. But I believe the Colts were able to fall on this when they were, and so possession will remain with Indy.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
The Colts on 3rd down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This will be 3rd and forever. Looking for Campbell downfield. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 28. But just another reason to celebrate there on the defensive side with the interception, and this is a game that they clearly have firmly in their grasp.
Yeah, a lot of handshakes, a lot of hugs, a lot of smiles. It's been their day.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29. So, Charles, you talk about this head coach, and let's face it, this season certainly has not gone the way many had expected or at least hoped. And I think we saw some of that frustration boil over at his weekly press conference earlier this week.
Yeah, we certainly did, didn't we? Because, let's face it, he's heard the whispers, and they're growing louder that he shouldn't be around next year. He essentially stormed out of that meeting you just referenced with the reporters. How did he end it? We're done here. Well, that's a function of losing and all the pressure that's on him. You hear about pressure creating diamonds? In this case, it's bursting the pipes of the coach.
Check, 59.
On 3rd and 2, Clinton throwing the out route incomplete. It's Smith. And he will have a Chiefs 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the 4th quarter.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. The defense was ready for the run-pass option, diagnosed it perfectly.
Not only did they stack him up at the point of attack, but he was met by a host of light-colored jerseys.
That one looks like he'll throw here. They're going deep for Hill. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Rock Ya-Sin. And the Coltsons are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. Well, they get a fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That was a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. 2nd and 10. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. For Marshall, that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now, because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Ron Thornhill. And the Chiefs will take over here just shy of the 30. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard.
Come get some. Come on here. Come get some. He don't want it. 59's mark. 59's mark. Check.
Looking to throw. Clinton. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means the offensive line has had to pass protect pretty well.
And this will be caught. Well, forget taking the knee. Some late gamesmanship here as they throw for a late touchdown.
Well, partner, when a team's up this big, this late in the game, I always wonder what's their motivation, because if it's me, I'm thinking about pulling on the reins a little bit. But for them, I don't think it's in their DNA. It's not in their head coach's makeup at all. I think his opinion is, you stop us, we're not supposed to pull back ourselves.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win.